皆さん、お疲れ様でした。
Yeah, hello everyone. My name is Michael SK, and welcome back to 9 new episode. And you know that, I guess, scenario that's been brought up a couple times, especially at the very end, or I guess initially at the very end of episode 3. Well, there was nothing for us to really see out of that, it seems. They just kind of skipped on over it. Just not a whole lot to go on there. Not another display of everybody's abilities or, I guess, overall cooperation as a team. It's just, nope, we did it, and we will move on. It's that, I guess, CEO, daughter, CEO, whatever the hell the situation was. I guess it's not important because even I don't even know the finer details. So that's kind of disappointing. Where we're at now, we are in the, I guess, continuation of the episode 3 good ending branch. And I have no idea what we have in store here for us, or what is in store here for us. No idea, because if anything does seem important, we kind of just skip on over it. Anyways, let's read on. Let's see if anything does pop up here. We all clink our glasses and sip our drinks. We've changed locations to a diner. We haven't recovered the artifact yet. To be more specific, we're waiting for the contract to be annulled. After we injected our target with the ambrosia, we carried her to the infirmary, left Sophie to reclaim the artifact, and slipped out of the party grounds immediately. And then we changed into less conspicuous clothes and started our wrap-up party. As is tradition, I guess.
料理食べた？一応食べましたけど、クラッカーになんか乗ってるやつ。私緊張して何も。
Yeah, I'm sure the food there was like,
俺も。
I don't know, it like
九条は堂々としてたよな。さすが。
at high class parties, from what I've seen, they always serve like
私も
very
緊張し
minimal
てたよ。
food, but it's still
あんな
like
大きなパー
high
ティ
class
ー
looking.
初めてで。
よかったのか、中座して。コロナグループの代表として参加したのだろう。
あ、大丈夫です。挨拶は済ませてありましたし、最後までいられないとも伝えてあったので。そういえば危なかったよね、握手してたら。そうだね。ちょうど他の方に声をかけられてなかったら。
I mean, who's to say that
私も
nothing
能
actually
力か
happened?
けられちゃってたかも。
Can we say for certain that her effects did not actually reach her? I guess it doesn't matter now. Her abilities will be erased anyways.
残念ね。計画は失敗。
他の人にかけた能力も解除されるはずだ。大きくした事業、今後はどうなるかな。
Oh, there's gonna be some shifts
問
for
題ない
sure.
さ。力などなくとも。彼女が本物ならな。
この後失敗したら恨まれそうだし、やっぱ闇討ちしておいてよかったね。そうね。本意ではなかったけれど、仕方がない。
I mean, I really wish I had an opinion here
残せない。
of, you know, what could have happened if we've let things be, what the actual effects were,
あと
because
どれくら
we
い
didn't
残って
really
るの？
explore any of
アー
that.
ティファクト。
思ったよりは少ないけど数えるのがめんどくさいくらいはあるな。
全部回収しないとですね。
Yep,
ですね。
we march on with our mission.
まだ扱いに慣れてないんで、次までに感覚をつかんでおく。
次は。
まあ待て。一仕事終えたばかりなのだ。
そうですね。
There hasn't seemed to be ever
料理もちょうど
a
来たよ。
sense of urgency, so I think we're okay. The food we ordered gets set on the table. We check to see if we have all of our orders and then begin eating.
しかし、敵対していた君たちとこうして食事することになるとはな。
Yeah, I've said my piece on Takemine, honestly.
でしたっけ。
It is a little
なん
weird,
で今まで使っ
especially
てなかった
knowing
ん
that
です？
he
めっちゃ便利そう。
knowing that he was willing to betray us, and he kind of openly said that in episode 4. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, his ability is actually super important because of its ability not just to, like, you know, cut physically, but also cut in, I guess, more ways than just
手に
physically.
入れたのはつい最近でね。しかるべき時を待っていたのだが、白状すると待ちすぎた。まったく。奥の手を見せる前に戦線離脱とはな。
それ言ったら 私らなんて大半寝てましたからね。はい、ごめんなさい。いつも謝る必要ないってフォローを入れてくれる結城先輩が黙々と食べていらっしゃる。
謝ることで気が済むならそれでもいいと思っ
Ah,
て。
yes, the priorities.
それに話に夢中になってしまうと料理が冷める。
確かに、さっさと食べちゃおう。
みんな疲れてるだろうし、早めに解散しよう。回収が済んだら連絡する。多分ソフィー俺んとこ来るだろうし。
はい、お願いします。次のことはまた後日ですね。
一応ソフィーと相談してからですかね。そっちも後で連絡します。
I guess for now it's back to resting, going to school,
了解した。
whatever else.
飲み物を取ってくれ。新しいブレンドを試さねば。
Oh my god.
やっぱこういうジャンクな味の方がいいな。うめえ。
Yeah, this place kind of became like a weird replacement for
素敵でした。
Nine Ball.
ドレスも着られたし。
ありがとう。
Because initially they were just going to Nine Ball. It was easier for Kujo as well.
ほとんどお母さんがしてくれたから、みんなが喜んでたって伝えておくね。
もう二度とないかもな、あんなとこ行くの。
You never know. Who's to say what's bound to come up in the future with the other users?
ですね。
Or, whatever future endeavors they all get involved in, especially Kujo.
みんな見てくれ。この
Okay,
何とも
you know
言えない
what?
色合いを。そそるじゃないか。
I feel like they gave Takamine a couple more expressions in this one. I was going to mention it in the last video, but I definitely see it now. I think his smile is slightly different. His facial expressions, especially just in general, they have changed. So I guess they were able, if that is the case, I guess they were able to continue up the trend of adding in more like
庶民って感じで。
physical character adjustments and additions as we went forward with each episode, maybe.
すまんが目をつむってくれ。童心を抑えきれなくてな。
I don't know what to think of this man anymore.
料理大好きミャーコ先輩、マナー違
Like,
反で
before I would just call him a simple loner and everything that he just wants friends, but then it's like, no, I don't know. I think it goes further.
そうか。確かにマナー違反だな。配慮
I
が
mean, I
足り
guess
てい
he's
なかっ
having
た。
fun. He's getting what he always wanted, kinda.
逆で、
It's just his fucking priorities at the end of the day.
そういうことをしたことないから、ちょっとやってみたいような。ああ、そっちか。
じゃあやりましょう。
Wait, what? Huh?
いや、二人もやりたかったんかい。
どうしたソラ、お前はやらないのか。
Wait, why are you gung-ho about it
お前も
too?
かよ。何かっこつけてんだよ。やるよ、やりますよ。
2種類にとどめておけ。多くても3種類だ。それ以上は責任を持てん。
了解。行きましょう。
This is weird.
誰が
I
一
guess
番美味
everybody
しい
is
の
like-
作るか勝負しま
This
しょ
this
う。
does show that everybody
お前が
is
一番張り切
comfortable
ってる
with
じゃ
one
ねえか。
another. They're not, hiding their personalities or anything. They're having fun
私もしたことないので、すごくワクワクしてます。
in the silly young way that I'm sure we all have in some sort of way. I feel the same way. Someone from the outside looking in might perceive this as worthless, but to me, I think it's extremely important. Hanging out and doing silly, mundane stuff with everyone is a blast. Yeah, that's kind of what I was trying to say. I probably just didn't say it well. Either way, no, it's nice to see. It does seem, god damn, we're just going forward in time so quick. It does seem like in every branch we continue, there is a sense of security that everybody is going to be good friends, as we wanted them to all be, especially in episode 3. Episode 3, everybody finally got together and it was great. Episode 4 also kind of followed that, just with a little bit of cheating in order to get things done a little earlier. But episode 3 was the most natural. June is almost over. We've reclaimed 2 artifacts, the student CEOs and 1 more in addition. According to Sophie, that's what it was, student CEO, not daughter of a CEO. According to Sophie, things are going at a similar pace in the other branches as well. In terms of efficiency, it would be better to pursue different artifacts in each individual branch, but there's something that I realized with this recent case and the case before that. the sizes of the readings don't correlate to distance but to the strength of the power. Accurately speaking, the progression of their stigma erosion, which means the more likely the user is to go berserk, the stronger the reading they emit, which honestly, it's helpful, but it isn't, you know? Like, there's definitely a takeaway here, is that you don't know how far away they are, but you have an idea of, I guess, a sense of urgency as to when they're getting closer to just straight up dying or causing problems, or both. The student CEO was abusing her ability, and the second person was mentally unstable. Those were both signs of going berserk. I asked Sophie to confirm whether or not I had the right idea, but
はっきり言うとわからないわね。私自身1000年前に使ったきりだから。
yeah, thanks for the
し
help.
かもあの頃は好き放題に使うお猿さんが多くて、暴走していないユーザーの方が少なかった。
We don't use that language here, alright?
反応の強弱について精査している余裕なんてまるでなかった。そう考えると1000年間で随分と分別がついたものね。何も起きていないわけではないけれど、少なくとも混乱は起きていない。1000年前は探知しなくとも自然と耳に入ったのよね。今回もそうなると思っていたのだけど、未だアーティファクトの存在すら知られていない。昔の人間は未知の力に畏怖を抱いたけれ
It's a
ど、
little unrealistic
今
now that
の
I
人
think about
間は
it.
関心を示さないみたいね。
In this day and age of like digital technology, being connected over the internet, connected in so many ways that were just completely unimaginable back then, like who knows how long ago, even a few hundred years ago, like just trying to be in, you know, a solid connection with somebody is difficult. But now you can do it in pools and groups of people, communities. It's kind of weird that like word of people getting these abilities aren't like reaching other ears whatsoever. It's always just been to other users.
まあ、いいわ。
Which I guess that's plot convenience because
私自
that
身
would have created
熟
more
達
of
し
a
ているわけ
problem.
ではないから、
I mean, sure,
そ
you
のア
would
ーティ
hear
ファクト
more
の
of
使い
like
方は教えてあげられない。
you would hear more of the issue. I guess it, you know, if we look at the very beginning of the entire series, the stone statue, I mean, that is a sign of supernatural. Therefore, somebody has an ability. That kind of like led us down the line, but that was like an indirect sort of like finding out, not a direct way of finding out about somebody's ability.
自力で理解するしかないわね。あなたならさほど時間はかからないでしょ。
Yeah, that's the goal. That's what she said, at least. I basically just have to gain experience for the time being, but overlap with other branches or not, I'm going to prioritize the stronger readings first since elements of concern persist. Then again, just because I have a plan set, it doesn't mean I can go into action right away. So I think also a good result out of this branch here is because... I've got a terrible feeling here. Because of how Iris isn't here, and Yoichi is gone, no more evil influence whatsoever, the guy that always gave Kosuka problems in her past didn't have to die in this branch, because I'm pretty sure that's how the good ending wrapped up. Actually, I want to verify that because I'm completely uncertain. When the fuck was that? I want to say it was where we jumped in. It was after we jumped in, because I don't see this fitting in any of these top 3. I think that's how it went down. If anyone wants to correct me, by all means. Sitting across the table, Haruka solves problems with a stern expression. We're currently studying for exams together. Any student with exams around the corner doesn't have free time to themselves. Or rather, Haruka is a third year, which means that she needs to take exams for college. While the plan is to get into full swing starting with summer vacation, Haruka should normally be focusing on studying for her college exams. However, as for the person in question...
まだ時間はありますし、大丈
No,
夫です。
that's a terrible mindset. We've all been there. We have all been there. We know that's a very bad mindset. She's not pressed at all. That maybe doesn't exude confidence, and she also says that she's not good at studying. But she's actually the type to do things nice and thoroughly. Now I feel sorry for assuming that she was like me and crammed before an exam. It's interesting. There's a I don't know. There is like a correlation of such. I think because guys, I suck at studying too. Even to this day, like I still struggle as much as I did back whenever I was in university, college, and also in high school. High school, I don't even know how the fuck I got through all that. But I will state that my note-taking and my way of reviewing things, I want to say are pretty organized. So if I ever want to go back on something, I can. It's just trying to get it into my head and properly learn and retain is always a struggle. She lets out a short sigh and sets down her pen.
終わりました？
課題は終わりました。
She closes her reference book and smiles sweetly. It seems she's ready to move on to reviewing on her exam, or for her exam, except she doesn't. Instead, she makes her way around the table and over to my side. Her eyes squint and she comes closer. Oh no.
わからないところはありますか？
She whispers alluringly into my ear. The palm of her hand is atop my thigh.
教えて差し上げますよ。
I'm okay. She caresses my thigh as she breathes onto my ear. You don't need to do that, Haruka-san. There's no need for the sexy shtick at all.
どうされました？
なんで人格変えてるんですか？
Because it was funny.
こちらの私の方が物事を教えるのに向いていますから。
Oh, is that the reason? Yeah, that has to be the reason, of course. She gets even closer, pushing her breasts against me. I get it. She isn't trying to mess with me. Well, actually, she might be trying just a little. It might just be like a side effect of it all. Regardless, she's not trying to interrupt my study, I think. She's genuinely trying to help teach me. Yeah, tee-hee all you want. All of her actions are needlessly sexy. Though, come to think of it, given her attire, I assume this is on purpose. She's totally trying to seduce me. No, she's a natural-born ditz. She probably hasn't planned that far ahead. No, but still, actually, I end up in agony each time. Yeah, this happens every time. We've been studying together for the past few days, but Haruka innocently allures me every time. And every time I lose. This has to be intentional after all.
自分の勉強
I think it's just like
しなくていいんすか？
it's a problem with her not wanting to study, and she kind of just backs away.
もう終わりましたから。
他の課題やるとか、授業の復習するとか。
課題はもうありませんし、復習も特に必要では。
Uh-huh.
授業ちゃんと聞いていますから。
Okay, yeah, I'll believe that.
先輩、
Definitely.
試験前も余裕なタイプっぽいですね。
だってもったいないじゃありませんか。自由な時間が減ってしまうのは。学校ではしっかり勉強しておけば放課後も縛られることはありませんでしょ。
耳が痛いですね。俺授業ほとんど聞いてないんで。
でもそのおかげで。
Hey, what are you doing? She blows softly across the back of my neck.
教える私と教わるかけるさん。
God damn it.
先生と生徒。
Can't we just learn?
とてもそそる
Why
シチ
can't
ュエ
we
ーショ
just
ンだと
study?
思いませんか。
おかげさまで全然進んでないですね。
あら、ご褒美がある方がやる気が出ませんか。
I feel like that's more of a distraction.
そもそも今やってるの日本史ですからね。ほぼ暗記するだけですからね。
知っていました？強い感情と紐付けることで記憶はより強固になるんですよ。
Is that how that works?
つまり私に
That's actually a genuine question. I really don't know.
暗記もはかどるんです。
本当です。
さあ、どうでしょう。
She giggles. She then continues to stroke my thigh. Yeah, this is so intentional.
今日は絶対ダメですよ。
何がですか？
勉強終わるまでイチャイチャしません。
私もそのつもりですよ。
絶対嘘だ。
まあひどい。少しでもかけるさんのお役に立てればと。
Well, yeah, to get to the end result.
さっきまで信じてましたけど違いますよね。着替えた上に性格まで変えてる時点で確信犯ですよね。
あ、間違いですわよ、かけるさん。こういう場合は確信犯ではなく恋犯
Remember, guys, Kakeru is supposed to
そうやっ
like
て
both
ごまかそうとする
personalities.
てか認めてるじゃないですか。
And we are too, right?
だって退屈なんですもの。
ゲームでもしててください。
私だけ遊ぶわけには。
いやいやいや。
No, you can.
もう邪魔はいたしませんから。おとなしくしております。
You know, a little study tip from a good friend of mine is a 30-30 technique or some sort of variation. 30 minutes, no distractions, full study. 30 minutes, get up, go do some other bullshit, do not study whatsoever. Don't even think about it. That was a dog. I don't know if you guys heard that, but doing so gives you a proper balance that lets you, relax your head a little bit, relax the mind, and then I guess you have a little bit of a goal. I don't know if that would necessarily distract you. I mean, it's not like this, where I feel like that would be a distraction. She places her head on my shoulder. It's already been 2 months since we've started dating. It may seem like I've gotten over my blatant jitters, but that's only because I've been faking it. I'm still not used to spending time alone with her. And whenever a part of her body touches me, my heart goes wild. Even now, I can't keep my composure at all. Given that, I wind up filling the dead air with a trivial topic.
暗記する必要あんのかって思っちゃうんすよね。
I mean...
日本史嫌いですか？
そういうわけじゃないんですけど、調べればいいよなって。
You can argue that with a lot of topics in high school. Really, I think the goal is to gauge the interest as you go through all these classes in high school to see what you're really interested in, but also, it's just good knowledge to have going forward. It's good to kind of have like a gist, even if you forget a whole lot of the very, fine specifics in history, the gist of events that you can carry forward for whatever reason.
そうですね。いつでもどこでもスマホで検索できますし。
At least for history. I mean, there's a whole lot of subjects where it's like, yeah, you'll probably never need that shit again. I mean, if you don't go into any of the sciences, probably will never need to ever remember anything from chemistry except maybe like, some combinations of certain things just because. I don't know. It really just depends on you.
教養って言うんですかね。
And because it depends on you, everybody's got to learn everything. Everybody has to learn the same scope.
でも、わからないからこそ話が盛り上がったりもしますね。
ですね。
Oh, gamers. I'm not.
歴史とか得意？
I am definitely not.
得意というほどでは少々
I'm also the guy that took two...
ゲームや漫画が教科書代わりですから。
I took 2 history of the United States classes in college. One I think I needed to take for a requirement. Another was just as an elective. And then for a different type of elective, I took like a history of East Asia class, which I cannot do history, guys, I'll be honest. But that class was a lot of fun.
ああ。
Again, I don't remember the specifics, but I remember like a gist of certain events. And I think that's important, Something that you can take with you. Make you stand out a little bit.
織田信長が女の子だと思い込んだり。
そうそう。
Haruka rocks her body a little. A sweet fragrance gently wafts through the air. If I were to be honest, I couldn't care less about studying anymore. But I don't want to force this time to come to an end, so I desperately scour my mind for something to talk about.
覚えるコツとかってあります？
ありきたりですが、語呂合わせとか、あとは全体の流れを理解すると覚えやすいですね。
Yeah, acronyms are good, trying to piece things to certain events.
全体の流れですか？
Like, I don't know. I don't think I have a history example, but like in tech or something like that, or in computer science, you can try to relate something to, I guess, think of it like a hierarchy system, maybe?
何年の戦争は何がきっかけで発生したのか、どういった人物が活躍したのか。歴史はつながっていますから、一つ一つ分けて覚えるのではなくて、大きな流れで把握すると記憶に残りやすいです。
なるほどな。だって教科書ちゃんと読んでれば自然にそうやって覚えるんですよね。
教科書って淡々としていますから、読んでもあまり楽しくありませんわね。
そうなんですよね。漫画とかにしてくれた方が絶対覚えやすいんだけどな。
Haha, well...
ありますわね。漫画形式の参考書。
I don't remember what it was called. Actually, I do remember what it was called. There's a, not a manga, but it's a, oh shoot, what's the proper term? A graphic novel. There's a graphic novel called Mouse, but it's spelled M-A-U-S. And I think it portrays the author's father's story on during World War II. I'm sure you guys can connect the dots as to what specifically. And that was an interesting way of trying to retain certain, like, you know, terms and I guess events, you know, massive events,
あ、そうなんですね。
shit that went
買
down.
おうかな。
あとは歴史だと漫画よりも小説の方が充実しているか
And
も
of
しれま
course,
せ
yeah,
ん
there's obviously just regular ass books that also cover events.
ああ、小説。あんまり
There's a lot out there.
私も
And not just for history too. I'm sure you can
歴史上の
you
人
can
物
pick up
は
other stuff
大
for
体
other
入隊化
subjects.
されていますわね。
間違った歴史を覚えてしま
犬になっているケースも
う。何それ面白そ
後で教えて差し上げます。勉強が終わったら
う。やっぱ集中できないな。
あら
I'm seeing that.
私のせいだとおっしゃるんですか？
いや、違う。はないな。
まあひどい。
だって、
悲しいですわ。では試験が終わるまで会わない方が。
Oh, don't say that either.
いや、それは、
かわいいかけるさん。
She's totally playing me. You don't say. I don't stand a chance against Haruka and her alternate personality. She'd easily fend me off if I tried fighting back, so I'm at her mercy.
ではこうしましょうか。
何かよからぬこと考えてます？
ひどい、違いますわ。ご褒美があればやる気も出るかと思いまして。
ご褒美。
はい、ご褒美。私にとってもですが、
Oh yeah, what do you
行
have
き
in
たいとこ
mind?
ろがありますの。
また温泉
Summer
とか。
festival?
いいえ、夏ならではの場所です。
I'm feeling summer festival again here.
夏休みは忙しくなりますでしょ。
まあ、そうですね。アーティファクト回収に本腰入れないと。
となりますと、気兼ねなく二人で過ごせるのは試験明けから夏休み前まででしょうか。
ですね。
では試験が終わったら
終わったら
海に行きましょう。
Not what I was thinking, but all right.
海？
Yeah. A beach episode. Here we go. Exactly what we needed. That's what's been missing from the 9 series. God damn, did time just fly by. Please tell me that they've made progress on the artifact collection. We overcome our arduous exams, let's go with that, and finally reach our long-awaited date day. A whole month later, we climb aboard the train in high spirits and make it seaside to find... Wow, the sea?
いっぱいですね。
And a lot of people. This is actually pretty impressive because I think... Well, actually, you know what? No, this isn't the first time that they're just reusing, you know, backgrounds and locations and whatever. We're really in a whole new area here.
予想以上に多い。
In the epilogue episode of the series, we're in a completely new area. I don't even know where the summer festival with Kujo was at necessarily, but this is drastically a whole new area. We immediately recoil. We had planned things around chilling at a less populated beach to avoid the big crowds when summer vacation started, but it looks like we didn't plan well enough. Well, actually, I had an inkling back on the train. There were a lot of people on it. I purposely picked a time later in the day, but I have a feeling that we've come during peak hours.
でもさすがに身動き取れないってほどじゃないですね。シートとか敷く場所もそこそこありそうですし。
ですね。
I sense Haruka's drive quickly wilting. She seems to hate crowds after
ど
all.
うします？海水浴じゃなくてもこの辺ぶらついたりとか。
いい誘ったのは私ですし、人が多いくらいで。
I mean, once
諦め
they
てたら海水浴なんてできませんし。
once they lay down that blanket and figure out what the hell it is that they want to do, they'll be in their own
そ
world.
れじゃあひとまず。
That's usually how it works, right? Oh no. Oh no. That's all I gotta say is oh no. Once we finish getting ready, we rent a parasol and sit next to each other on top of our blanket on the sand. We've been nervous and fidgety for a while now. God, I'm embarrassed. Here in my swimsuit, I'm practically naked. Or to be more exact, pretty much just in my underwear. Okay, you know what? I'm going to do exactly what was suggested of me multiple times, but I never listened. There we go. All right, this will greatly help me here, for the obvious reasons. Though there's absolutely no reason to be ashamed, as the same applies for everyone around us, I'm not used to showing skin in public, so I can't straighten my backbone. Also, my girlfriend is sitting here in a bold swimsuit. Bold is quite an understatement, actually. Holy shit. Haruka herself seems to be embarrassed, her cheeks going pink. It looks extremely seductive. It's the old anime technique. I can't look straight at her. I can't settle down. Nevertheless, we can't just sit here the entire time and waste our trip to the beach.
なんかしますか。
そうですね。こんなこと言ったら怒られそうですけど、海に来て何をすればいいのか実はよく分かってないです。
ぶっちゃけ俺もあんまり来たことないんですよね。
よく漫画とかだとよく波打ち際で水をかけ合ったりしますよね。
So it's been like 10 years since I've actually gone to the beach. I don't know what people do. Even just friends, like hanging out at the beach. What the fuck are you supposed to do? You supposed to hop on the
あ
water?
りますね。
私たちそういうことするタイプでもないですよね。
まあそうやってはしゃぐタイプではないですね。
ですよね。どちらかというと静かな場所で2人の時間を楽しみたいというか。
I'd say for that, probably wait till about like around sunset, sundown, I think is when beaches start to really clear. I could be entirely wrong.
こんな陽キャしかいない場所に誘ってしまったんだろう。
やってみますか。漫画っぽいこと。
そうですね。すみません、急に落ち込んで。
Oh, I'm used
して
to
み
it.
ましょう。陽キャっぽいこと。
行きましょう。
You know, two awkward people can figure shit out, you know? I strongly feel that way. Invigorated, we run toward the ocean's edge. We get about knee-deep in the water before the two of us freeze up, thinking, okay, what do we do now? Now's the time. I've got to show her my grit as a man.
それ。
お返
Oh,
し
you
です。
can tell they are trying too hard.
やったな。
They really got to relax.
もうひどいです。
Please. Please relax. Yeah, it's going really well here, guys. Fantastic. I mean, they're trying, right? That's all that matters, right? Is that they're trying, kinda. We come back. We come back silent, not a peep from either of us.
すみません。ノリ悪くて。
Honestly, I think the main goal here should be just, you know, relax. Like, yeah, there's a shit ton of people here, but you can still relax, be in your own little
俺
world.
も
Physically, you're not, but like, you can still try.
羽目を外したことないからはしゃぎ方が。
Like, don't get me wrong, guys. I'm pretty introverted myself. And don't say I know to that, by the way, please. But even then, like, you can still do things in populated areas. You can still find your place to do things. You don't have to force yourself to be
思ってました
outgoing,
よね、はるか。
because then you're just gonna have a shitty time.
これ
思ってました。水をかけ合うことにどんな意味があるんだろうって思ってました。
そういう
It's just
こと
fucking
です
around, you know?
多
That's
分
really all it is.
ですよね。無心に楽しめないのが陰の証なんでしょうね。
やめますか。
はい。
ここで海眺めながら話しましょう。
We move in a little closer and huddle together. We then stare vacantly at the ocean. I suggested that we chat, but neither of us really talk. The silence is comforting. We sit and listen to the hustle and bustle around us. Haruka utters softly,
正直に言っていいですか？
"Oh, but of course, where could this go?"
はい。
私実は海で遊びたかったわけじゃなくて、
Then why the fuck are we here?
ただ
We could have done that
水が
elsewhere.
欲しかっただけって。
Her sudden confession causes my brain to stop functioning. I only jump a little in surprise, but Haruka probably thinks that I'm cringing in disgust. Haruka quickly tries to cover for herself, looking panicked.
水着をというか水着を着たところですはいなんていうかやっぱり私としては彼氏には自分のこと性的な目で見てほしいというか
I think that happens more often than not.
日々どうドキドキしてもら
And
う
you know
か
what? I
みたいな
really
こと
shouldn't say it like that, but it does happen. It does happen.
考えていまして
It just happens.
やっぱり夏だし水着ですよね的な水着にならないとねみたいなノリではいこれ言わない方がよかったでもやっぱり好きな人には常にドキドキしてほしいというか
Look, you can tell she's trying, and that shit's cute. Her eyes widen and she screams.
びっくりした。どうしました？
大事なこと忘れてました
忘れ物とか？
はい忘れて
Oh,
ました
come on. Come on. That's not real.
あ、日焼け止め？
Okay, what I mean by that is that, like, we all know what she's getting at. In all beach episodes of anime, there's always the lotion scene.
ああ、買ってきますよ。普段使ってるのとかあれば言ってくれれば。ないかもしれないですけど。
Yeah, suntan lotion is a real thing, by the way, guys. And I highly suggest
普
it.
段使ってなくて
It's always the older generations that tend to say that. And I'm just trying to carry that message forward that a lot of older people than me, I guess I should say, have always passed down to me saying, like, just wear sunscreen because skin cancer and other problems really do pop up.
じゃあ適当に買ってきますよ。
I want to
多分あり
say
ますよ
that,
ね。
like, the younger
売店とか。
generations, like my generation and I guess earlier ones, we're learning, we're taking the advice, or at least I really hope we are.
でも俺はいいですけど赤くなってヒリヒリしたりとか。
Also, guys, I'm like white as fuck. I have to wear that shit.
違うんですそんなのどうでもいいんです
Oh
た
no.
けるさんオイル塗ってくださいます
Should have seen that one coming.
したかっただけなんです
あ
海
That was
水
pretty
浴
good.
の定番イベントなのに今気がつくなんて
あ、買ってきますよ。
いいんですもう本当に流れでいろいろできればとか思ってましたけど思ったより人多いですしいろいろしてるところ見られたくないですし
Ah, yes.
いろいろってどこまでするつもりだったんですか？
That probably would, you know, attract some eyeballs for sure.
いけるところまでです
あ、はい。
すみません興奮しました
いえ。でも
I mean, this is all really in character for Kosako when you
日
think
焼け
about
しち
it.
ゃうし。
いいんです日焼けとか気にしないので
普段塗らないんですか？
女子力低いのでスキンケアという概念があまり毎年そのままなので普通に日焼けしてます
ほう。小麦色の春か。
What are you thinking there,
あ
buddy?
まり外出ないのでそこまで焼けないんですけど日焼け跡とかそそるタイプですか
Ah, yes. Another tag.
どうだろう。
好きなら焼きますけれども
Oh my god. No, don't do that, please. That's
どう
dangerous.
だろう。そこまでかも。
じゃあやめておきます
はるかは日焼けしてる方が好み？
私は日焼けしてる人に遊んでるってイメージ持つのまさにいいって感じですよね
You know, I've never really had an opinion on this.
ああ、ありますよね、そういうイメージ。
Even I never thought, like, oh, a tanned person, they must be, you know, quite the extrovert or whatever. It's like, no, it's just something that's never, like,
好きです
connected together there.
俺もそのままのはるかが好きです。
ありがとうございます
いいえ。
Why are you so awkward about it, please? Come on, gamers. We got this shit. My own statement makes me feel awkward and clam up. I wonder if I'll ever be able to say the word love naturally someday. Yeah, you will. You will. It definitely just takes some time. It does become a very natural thing with your partner. I kind of doubt it. I think it'll always send my heart racing. I want it to make my heart race. I'm sure that Haruka feels the exact same way. I silently peer off at the ocean. My heart is still racing. The slightly fast beating feels comforting. I'm fine with that alone. Words aren't needed. We huddle with our shoulders together and feel each other's warmth. We simply look out over the ocean. I guess that's all they're going to end up doing, is it? The sun goes down. We've already showered and changed back into regular clothes. That is the sign that I can go back in here and change this back to 50. Awesome. Now, I've been told, like, many times, like, I think stretching back to episode 2, that, hey, there's an option for that. There usually always is an option for transparency here, but with how much I cut out, for obvious reasons here with this series, it usually isn't really ever something I need to worry about, but for scenes like this in an all ages VN, no, definitely something I should have considered. We've already showered and changed back. I already read that, but the sunset is so pretty and we find it a waste to just leave. We walk on the beach hand in hand, and as the people start to thin out, that's what I was saying. That's exactly what I was saying. You guys got in the water.
冬とかに来るのがいいかもですね。
眺めるだけなら冬でいいですね。綺麗ですね。
日が長くなりましたよね。夏になってきたなーって。
ですね。まだまだ明るいです。
夕日が綺麗に対して。
全然気にしてなかったです。
最近考えちゃうんですよね。もっと気の利いたこと言いたいなとか、どう言ったら喜んでもらえるかなとか。
Oh, I mean, first step is not to force anything.
わかります。特に私、空気読めないことを連発するので。
そこが好きですけどね。
ありがとうございます。
今の返しはうまくできた気がする。
ドキッとしました。なんだかすごいな。ちょっと前まで友達もいなかったのに。
I'm honestly very happy for her character. I brought this up multiple times now, but for her to change from the, awkward, really annoyingly awkward character that we met her as, especially with her ability, we didn't know how we could trust her or if we ever could or anything. Even going into episode 3, I was like, damn, we might be just, associating with the enemy here. And then we kind of went that route. That was actually really cool. I like that about episode 3. God damn, episode 3 was fun. But no, her character changed really great. We saw that a little bit in episode 2, that she definitely was a lot more than what met the eye in episode 1 and the bulk of episode 2.
数ヶ月で激変しましたね。
I'm happy that we got to see this side of her character. We got to see this growth. I'm happy that she has friends and, she's still really fucking awkward, but she has friends now, In all the branches now.
妄想していたことよりすごいことが起こって逃げてばかりだった私が勇気を出せるようになって大変なこともあったけどそれも含めて私
There it is.
一番幸せです。
And you love to see it. She looks up at me, smiles, and squeezes my hand in hers. I also smile and return the squeeze.
俺もです。
このまま幸せな日がずっと続くともう一人には
Oh, I don't think you will. I think that phase is over.
一人にはしません。絶対に。
Though I feel like she's also a bit of a ticking time bomb in a lot of ways. So, more improvement the better.
ちゃんとできてるかな、大丈夫かなって何かやらかしちゃったら言ってくださいね。
じゃあ、カレーがまずい時はまずいってちゃんと言います。
Hell yeah, honesty.
もうあんなの作らないので安心してください。ちゃんとお料理覚えないと。
今度なんか作りましょうか、一緒に。俺も
There we
覚えたい
go.
し。
い
Yeah.
いですね。一緒に。
It's nice when their conversations aren't forced, is it?
そうですよね。一 一人じゃないからいろいろなこと一緒にできるんですね。そっか、一緒に
何でもできますよ。
夢が広がります
There's
ね。
that good confidence right
何
there.
かしたいことはありますか？
何か、ひとまず
はい。
はこのままもう少し夕日を眺めたいです。
じゃあもう少し歩きましょうか。
一緒に。
Nice.
今が一番幸せだと思ったけど違ったかも。今よりも明日の方が、これからの方がずっと幸せになっていそうです。
なりましょう。明日も明後日もこれからも先ずっと。
Looks like we're closing things out here.
幸せになりましょうね。
We kind of had that song and dance with the other two, especially Cujo. But there we have it. All right. Yeah, not too long with all these, honestly. I think that was a little longer than Sora's, but now we have one more to go through. And this is probably the one that will probably be the most important out of the four that we've jumped into. Obviously, this first one over here, that was important for Cujo getting the spotlight that she deserved after everything. I think that was important. And then jumping into this confused the shit out of me. Sora's was odd, but I guess everything was like in character and theme and all that there. This one was good. I liked it. It was just the same cutesy bullshit that we saw at the end of episode 3, so everything fit there. But here, in episode 4, how are they going to do it? There's no need to install memories. There's no need to do any of that, so I'm kind of curious. Or at least, I'm thinking there's no need to install any memories because that's how we got here. I really gotta go. I gotta figure out what my dog's barking at, but
うわー、焼肉だー、食うぞ
yeah, I don't even know specifically where we're jumping in.
ー。私、朝ごはん抜いてきちゃった。実は私も食べ放題なんて
Yeah, I don't remember this specifically.
お腹鳴っちゃっ
I don't know if this is something that we've already been
ちょっ
through.
といい店選んだから食べ放題でもそこそこうまい肉のはず。その分ちょい高いけど。
せっかくの打ち上げなんだから値段は気にしない。今日は思いっきり食べる。
Now, are they celebrating waiting until after, what was it, the 18th, 20th, or wherever, around that point in the month of May, to make sure that Iris was for sure gone? I don't really remember what they were celebrating for.
夜市も呼んでやりたかったが、こんな一大イベントを逃すとは仕方のないやつだ。
This is also probably our last opportunity to see if they're going to do anything with Yoichi, but at this point, I doubt it.
かける。
ああ、行こう。
最初は何から食べるか、無難にタン、いや、がっつりカルビ。
私、焼肉屋さんのスープ無性に好きなんですよね。ああ、わかる。美味しいよね。私、ビビンバ食べたことなくて、今日チャレ
Don't
ン
worry,
ジして
guys.
みたいな。
I have literally no idea what foods they're even
じゃあ
talking
シェア
about.
しましょうよ。一人で食べたらすぐお腹いっぱいになっちゃいますよ。
はっ、そうか。ライス大盛りで行くつもりだったが、確かに炭水化物で腹を満たすのはもったいないな。
いやでもライスも大事だろう。タレが染み込んだライスが最高。
わかる。ご飯が届くまでお肉食べるの我慢する。
ご飯がなかなか届かないときはそわそわしちゃうよね。やっべ、めっちゃ
Yeah, I can't relate with any of this, by the way.
食うぞー、超食うぞ
Okay, so I'm thinking we're just
とりあえずカルビを人
We're just
数分
going
頼むと
forward
し
here.
て、あとはみんなが食べたいの適当に頼むか。
I'm fairly certain that we're just kind of moving forward with episode 4's good ending. There's not really anything that we need to grab here. Now that I'm thinking about it, for 1, 2, and 3's good endings, actually, we'll start with 1. In episode 1, Cujo was taken at that scene with the Takamine statue, or petrified Takamine, to go for the big fight. And I guess it was whenever Kakeru was going through his inner battle of whether or not he killed somebody that Sora went to the big battle. And then in episode 3, it was as she was getting on the train to head back to her place before going to Kakeru's. These were all in the good ending branches, sure, but those were the moments when we had to actually install the memories in Kakeru to truly understand what it was that these characters were going to be spouting at him, because they all of a sudden just had a crazy ass experience, a true, climax to the big story here. I'm thinking of probably just wrapping it up here for this video. I don't know how long this one's going to be. I feel like this will be the more significant one. So yeah, we'll just wrap it up here for this one. But this is the last one. This is the last one to go through. Unless there's going to be something else sprung up at the very end, this may very well be our last adventure coming up here in the 9 series. Hasn't really been much to talk about here. Actually, I really don't think we gained a single lick of any, useful information in episode 3, or what we just finished. I think that was just hanging out, just hanging out. We didn't really learn anything there, so I don't think there's really much to learn here. It will just be closing it out here on this branch, and probably for the story, which, now that I'm saying it, is kind of like that kind of hurts. That kind of sucks. We've been doing this for a while. But if that is the case, then I will surely look forward to sending it off with a good one, But thank you all for watching this one. I do hope you all enjoyed. If you did, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, all that fancy jazz. I don't know if the next one will be the finale, but I guess we'll be ready just in case. Take it easy, guys.